This year marks the 70th anniversary of the victory of the world's anti-fascism war. During that time, millions of Chinese soldiers and civilians, as well as allies, fought bloody battles with the Japanese fascists, leaving them with no choice but to surrender unconditionally. However, 70 years later, the Japanese government and the right wing forces have taken several attempts to deny and whitewash its history of aggression, including denying the Nanking Massacre, visiting the Yasukuni Shrine, distorting facts in history textbooks, and covering up the crime of procuring the comfort women. Furthermore, they have also tried to propagate the agenda that denied Japan's full wartime responsibility, and the Tokyo Tribunal seeking to undermine the peace constitution and lift bans on collective self-defense. These activities hurt the feelings of the victims of World War II once again, and have been criticized by many world-renowned scholars.
What we call World War II, what you call the anti-Japanese war. My father fought in that war. So believe me, Americans remember that war very well. So historical revisionism is not welcome. Its attitude toward its own history has been, it's varied with different Japanese prime ministers. Currently we have a prime minister in Japan who is a very right-wing nationalist, and he clearly wants to be a historical revisionist. I think that's very unfortunate.
Likewise, the militarism in Japan of 1930s created Manchukuo, also created a lot of other problems in East Asia. For example, the Korean Peninsula was occupied from 1895 onwards, and Taiwan by Japan. There is also the Japanese overrunning of the coastal regions in China, and we have also seen various other issues. For example, the comfort woman issue, or the Nanking Massacre, or frequently recently from 1980s, the visit of high political personalities to the Yasukuni Shrine in Tokyo, have all created trouble in the recent times. Although we should not underestimate the Japanese impact on Taiwan. For instance, Japan tried to use chemical weapons in Taiwan, and this is the first case of use of chemical weapons in Taiwan, in Asia and in Taiwan for the first time by the Japanese. Next, the Japanese use chemical weapons in Harbin in northeast China.
I think maybe people in Thailand also were thinking about that Japan have something need to say something properly about the things that happened in the past during the war. People have known around the world that probably that's it's not good for anybody, not only in China, but things that happen in the Philippines, also things out elsewhere. Similarly, I think from the, I think Japan needs something like make a history correctly, properly on the things that need some proper apologies for countries in Asia that their ancestors have done, their imperial army has done in the past, in order to go together, come over the difficulty in the past time. Otherwise, we are living with the things that are difficulty, historical difficulty all the time. It's not good for all. Can make us go together in the future rather than look back so much our pain in the history. I think it's not good for the region as well.
Japan's academia widely condemns the Japanese government's behavior of denying and glorifying its aggression history. They believe if Abe cannot face the history with an open and honest attitude, Japan will never get close to the real future.
Militarism in Japan in 1930s, we have to criticize And a lot of Japanese intellectuals criticized the path which was taken in 1930s. That's the reality. Nobody deny that.
やっぱりやったことはやったこととしてですね、日本側はそれをきちっと認めてですね、とにかくそれは事実だったんだっていう認めるところからしか何も始まっていかないと、日中の外交も、それをとりあえずどこまでがどういう事実だったのかっていうのを日本側はきちんと見てですね、それを認めた上で、外交上の動きをするというとこからしか始まらないと思いますね。